What the hell was Mason doing out there, man? How do you get killed with a surveillance team on you? Huh?
I don't know. I don't know.
So what? Now you loaned him out to the South Central Gang Task Force. What was he doing? He's undercover doing little dope and gun buys, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
He was a good man.
How he got made. I'll let the same thing happen to you. Mingo, get what you can and don't get burned.
Like I told your partner twice already, he met with a guy named Paul Calderon. Calderon got in the car with him. We lost the tail.
What happened, Murray? What happened to Mason? Why is he dead? What happened to his backup?
Will you take it easy, huh? Just calm down.
This is as calm as I'm gonna get. Look, you're my boss, but I'm warning you, don't freeze me out.
Don't threaten me. And don't think you got grieving rights on this.
Mason was on loan. From me to you, correct? To work with that task force. You said you'd watch his back. Now his back's got a hole in it?
Okay, this is what I know. Mason was doing an undercover gun buy from a local gang member by the name of Paul Calderon. According to Mason's task force buddies over there, Mason picked up Calderon in his car. The task force followed him. Somehow, some way, they lost Mason.
2 tailcars. And they both lost him.
Both. 10 minutes later, they found Mason right where he is now. Shot from behind.
He was one of ours, Marty. We put him in this. His blood's on our hands now. Why would he let the bad guy get in the seat behind him? It's too sloppy. The whole thing makes me sick. There's something not right.
Justice Department said that this particular task force arrest records were getting outrageous. They have a heavy rep for convictions based on confessions. Especially Hanky, the big guy.
Which one?
Leather jacket. Got him?
Yeah.
There are all kind of allegations that the confessions were coerced. So I asked Mason to investigate them.
You had Mason working double undercover? He's doing gun buys from the gangs, and he's trying to make a case against this task force at the same time?
Yeah. For civil rights violations under color of law. That's why I couldn't tell you.
Marty, you're asking a Fed to go undercover against LAPD? That's a dangerous game. You should have told me.
Maybe I should have, but I'm the one that's got to live with it now, ain't I? I'm not going to sit on my hands and just moan about it. I want you to find out what happened.
Do you think this task force made Mason and took him out?
You just don't lose a tail like that, not the way they did.
LAPD's going to be conducting their own investigation. How do you want to play this?
There's only one way to play it. It's black off.
Give me Mason's field reports.
I was meeting with Mason every couple of days. He was handing me over his notebooks. I was supposed to meet with him tonight and get his latest.
Well, we're going to be looking for that one, that's for sure. Oh, thanks, Sting. I pulled a few strings. The coroner's letting you observe for a day.
So how much anatomy am I supposed to know? Because I'm pretty basic on all that stuff.
You got 4 years in med school. And me thinks you're first-year pathology student.
So what am I looking for?
Guy Mason is the guy's name. Find out how he was shot. Exactly when, exactly where, what kind of weapon, everything you can. I need to know what's in the ME's report before it even comes out.
Okay, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, and we're looking for Mason's notebook. I don't think you're going to find it his personal effects. He was on the job when he got shot, so it probably wasn't carrying, but have a look anyway. Maybe we get lucky. Hope you're good with blood.
Yeah, me too.
Your ID checkout?
Yeah, looks good.
Remember, but through the looking glass, nobody can know about this. You went through Quantico with Mason, didn't you?
Yeah, we hung together.
Look, I was so caught up last night. I'm sorry. I forgot to offer you my condolences.
Likewise. I just did the trip down from San Francisco. Died on me 3 times.
Yeah. Dual carbs. Your gas filter is filthy. I can check this out for you.
A lot going on out here today.
Uh-huh.
You see anything last night?
Nah, we close at 6.
You hear what happened?
You ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's my job. I'm a journalist with The Citizen. It's a Muslim paper.
Never read it.
You should, my brother. You might learn something. We're doing a story on gang crime in L.A. since the new police commissioner been put in, so I'm trying to get a line on what happened here last night.
Hey, look, I gotta finish this car. Why don't you come back in about an hour? I'll probably have it ready for you, okay?
Okay, thanks anyway. I'm just gonna be in the neighborhood trying to work up a story on the shooting.
Here. I take a look at that paper you got there?
Oh, sure. It's the Citizen.
You work for this paper?
Yes, sir, that's right.
I know this paper. Started reading it back in the 60s, when it was relevant.
Well, we're still trying.
So they should know you up there.
Well, they signed the checks. They should recognize the name.
Well, you don't mind if I call it?
No, go ahead.
You know, I'm a bit of a writer myself.
Oh, yeah? What are you working on?
My novel. Go and take a look. It's a story of a neighborhood seen through the window of one man's eyes over a 40-year span. It's fiction, but that's where the truth lies these days. It's not in the newspapers. Hello, city editor, please.
You said you wanted to go back on the street. If you want to go back on the desk, let me know now and I'll do this bit myself.
No, I do want to go back out on the street. I'm just saying I wish I had more than a half an hour to prepare.
Yeah, well, a half hour is all you got, yes or no?
Yes.
So let's go over the story.
Okay, so Tanya Sanchez is Guy Mason's girlfriend. They've been together for about a year, lived together for the last 2 months.
We need to know if Mason's girlfriend knew he was undercover. If she did, she might have leaked it, and that's what got him killed. I gotta know if she knew, if she leaked.
Okay, I got that. I'm rusty, not deaf.
And keep your eye open for Mason's missing notebook. We might get lucky.
All right.
You sure you got the backstory down?
I got it.
And check in with me.
I will.
Good luck.
Bye.
In a homicide, we don't touch anything until the detectives arrive. They'll want to observe and report everything. Starting with where the blood is on his clothing, the patterning of the spray, what's in his pockets, all that.
What about the blood pattern? What can you tell about how he died from that?
Close range in the back.
And what about time of death? How accurate can you be with that?
Unless you've got an eyewitness with a stopwatch, not very.
Detective Morante, here to observe.
All right, let's get to it. Dr. Kim Anderson performing on the body of Guy Mason, Detective Morante in attendance, pathology student Lily Montego also observing. The body is that of an African-American male in robust health, approximately 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. There is a visible gunshot wound entering the back at the T4 vertebrae. No exit wound visible.
Well, Guy worked at my father's funeral parlor when he was a kid. He was like family. My father insists that we pay for all the arrangements.
Thanks. I was wondering how I was going to pay for things.
Well, I have here a catalog of caskets and flower arrangements. You can pick which one you like and we'll take care of everything.
Excuse me. Hello?
Hi, this is James Scott from Milton Walker Funeral Home. I'm sorry to bother you. Is Anna there? She's not picking up the cell.
Yeah, hold on. It's for you. It's the funeral home.
Thank you. Hello?
How's it going?
It's fine. Fine. You should let the medical examiner's office know that we're taking care of everything. Great. Thank you. Bye. I'm sorry I had my cell off.
It's okay.
When the medical examiner's office releases Guy's body, you should give them our address and we'll take care of everything.
Okay. I just never had to do anything like this before.
I understand. Would you like me to help you pick out a suit for the burial?
I don't think he has a suit, though.
Oh, that's okay. I've done this a lot of times. Let me have a look. I'm sure we'll find something.
Hey! Hey! You doing okay? know, it looks like you were shot in the head. What? I said, it looks like you were shot in the head.
You know Yolanda Williams?
No, man. I gotta find her.
You know, you can call me 7 foot tall and blonde if you want to, but I don't want my name mentioned in this.
You're a confidential source, brother. You're protected.
I didn't say I knew anything about it myself, but maybe I might know who does. But I don't want their name used either.
All right, that's fine. So what do you know?
Right now, I don't know nothing. And right now, all you are is just a guy getting your car serviced. Put that pencil away before somebody breaks it.
Detective Hinkie and Wallace with the task force. This is Detective Stadler, LAPD. You mind answering some questions for us?
Now, go ahead.
What's your name?
Frederick Speed.
You work here, Mr. Speed?
Well, we own the place, me and my brother. He's back there right now with a customer.
Okay. Did you know there was a shooting here last night across the street?
Well, I know there was something going on from the way things were when I got in the shop this morning.
Talking about last night. A pretty good view of the street right here.
Well, I wasn't here last night. Nobody was.
Nobody was here last night? Your brother gonna say the same thing?
Yeah.
Why, you already rehearsed it?
Hey, why don't you go and ask him?
Were you here last night? Say after midnight?
No.
We closed at 6. We were home with our families.
Okay, well, home with your families, that's good. It's a good place to be. I don't want to be coming back here later and getting a different story.
Is that it?
That's it. Thanks for your cooperation.
Hard to tell whether they really want to know if you know something or if they just want to make sure you're not going to say anything if you do.
I really want to find out something. So how about you give me the name of your guy who knows about this? If you help me, brother, maybe we can get to the truth of the matter.
It's me. I'm the one that knows something about it.
The two brothers got a poker game going every Tuesday night. They say it's usually pretty quiet on the streets on Tuesdays, except for last night.
So what they hear last night?
That's what they didn't hear. No gunfire, and the place is right across the street from the crime scene.
No shots fired. Okay.
Two brothers were inside while a buddy was having a smoke outside. He saw 2 cars pull up. Mason's in another one. Buddy says Mason was dragged from the passenger seat to the driver's side, and then the second car pulled away.
Damn.
Yeah, he wasn't shot where they found him. He was shot elsewhere and then driven there.
Okay. So you're gonna need to talk to the friend who saw this.
He won't get involved. All right, people aren't sticking their necks out while the task force is around. They're intimidated.
I understand that, but you gotta talk to this guy. On the phone at the very least. Gotta get the confirmation. All right?
I'll try.
What?
This is a sweater that Mason liked, and he always looked good when he wore it.
Were you guys together a long time?
2 years.
It's a terrible way to go. It's really sad. Mason was a good-looking young man.
I know you're not from the funeral home.
What makes you think that?
I just know.
Well, you can check me out. Here's my card.
Yeah, you already had somebody call me up, remember? Make it sound like you were legit. I know you're from the police. Which police? I don't know.
Los Angeles Police Department.
Now I got more police at my front door. You need to tell me which one of you I should be talking to, you or them.
Talk to me. I'm from the FBI. Now I'm working on an investigation into Mason's death. How much about Mason do you know?
I know Mason was FBI.
Right, he graduated Quantico 1996. Now I can put you in touch with Mason's handler in just one phone call.
LAPD, ma'am, can we talk to you?
Right, let me take care of this.
Okay. To anybody else, I'm still from the funeral home, okay?
Yes.
I'm Detective Sadler with the LAPD. These are Detectives Henke and Wallace with the task force. May we come in? First of all, let me say how sorry I am for your loss.
Thank you. Do you know who shot Mason yet?
We believe we do, yeah. His name's Paul Calderon. Did Mason ever happen to mention the name Paul Calderon to you?
No, not that I can remember.
When was the last time you saw Guy yesterday? About what time?
It was around 6. When he came home, we ate.
What time did he leave?
Around 10.
And did he tell you where he was going?
No. Do you know?
He was going to buy a gun from this gang member we told you about. Paul Calderon? What guns and drugs from him before?
If you say so.
I know so. Your boyfriend's had several felony convictions. Did he leave anything with you here last night?
No. What are you looking for?
Excuse me. Who are you and what are you hiding back here for?
I'm from the funeral home and I wasn't hiding. I was just looking for something to clothe the deceased.
And I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait outside. This is official police business.
No problem. I don't want to be in your way.
Give us about half an hour.
So I'll call back later and we can discuss all the details?
All right. Thank you. I'll be here.
What's wrong?
She made me.
She made you. Son of a bitch. How? What happened?
Mason told her that he was working undercover.
You know what his assignment was?
No, we didn't get that far. She smelled me from the get-go. But when she found out that I was FBI, she seemed to be okay with that. And then an LAPD homicide detective and a couple of plainclothes cops showed up.
Any of these guys?
Yeah, it was these two.
Oh, yeah? Those guys are task force.
Yeah, they were sniffing around looking for something.
You think maybe for Mason's notebook?
Maybe, I don't know.
All right, look. See if she's willing to talk to me. Hey. You okay?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I felt the rush.
You get over it.
Moving down the body, now I observe bruising around the right and left wrists. The left articulatio radiocarpia looks like it might be broken. See X-ray. This type of trauma is consistent with handcuffs that were squeezed onto the wrist.
I see.
That's speculation, Doctor.
I see the artifact, and it appears to come from a pair of handcuffs.
I'm gonna have to ask you to step outside. You too? Give us a couple minutes, please. Could you please turn off the tape recorder? You don't even know those are handcuff rail marks, and you sure don't know they occurred at the time you were shot. They could have come from a kid.
Lie down over there. You want some water?
I need to find Yolanda Williams. She can help me.
Forget about Yolanda, man. You got shot in the head. You gotta rest up. You just sleep, man. You got nothing to worry about. I'm watching out for everything.
The pathologist said that she saw handcuff artifacts, but the detective argued with her and convinced her to leave it out of the report.
All right. I gotta get in there and see the body.
You can't. It's under lock and key.
I need to see Mason's body. Get me the keys and get me in there.
Look, man, it's anonymous. He's not gonna know your name. He doesn't know your name. Nothing. Nothing, that's right. All right, good. He'll talk to you.
Hello, yes. Thanks for speaking with me. I understand that last night you saw 2 cars drive up and somebody pulled the body from the passenger seat to the driver's seat. Did you get a good look at that man?
He said it wasn't Paul Calderon who moved the body. The guy he saw was white. He was sure about it. Yeah. Yes, okay. Are we talking about cops killing other cops? Because that's what it sounds like to me.
Might be. What about the second car at the crime scene?
I couldn't get a make on it.
Anything else?
Yeah, he wants me to do a story on the gang task force. Seems like they've been in the community pretty hard.
Anything specific? Anonymous allegation?
Well, no. He said there was a kid picked up by the cops yesterday. Questioned him about a murder. Now he's gone missing. The mother's frantic, freaking out.
What's the kid's name?
Eddie Williams. I got a line on the mother, too.
So go see the mother and see if this has anything to do with Mason's murder.
All right.
Yeah. 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 Same. I've seen a lot of handcuff bruising. Looks exactly like that. You get the ME's report yet?
Not yet.
Get it.
So you were Mason's handler?
Yeah, right. Till about a year ago.
He mentioned you. He said he liked working for you.
Yeah, it was mutual. So you're okay with us searching for Mason's notebook?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Hey, did you ever tell anybody that Mason was FBI undercover?
No. I mean, he drilled it into me that I couldn't ever mention it.
Did he make out his reports in front of you?
Sometimes.
Ever tell you what was in them?
No, not the details, but I knew that he was making a case against the members of his task force. And last night he came home really upset.
Upset about what?
He didn't say. He filled out his report and he left.
You ever take his notebook with him?
Not unless he was going to meet his handler.
Could it have been in the house last night after he left?
Maybe, but he used to keep it in the medicine cabinet, and I checked there already.
What about the cops that were here? You think maybe they took it?
I don't know. I mean, I suppose so. I didn't watch where they were going.
Thanks. Sorry for your loss. One of my agents ID'd the cops who were at the girl's house. One was LAPD homicide. Other two, David Henke and Tony Wallace from the task force. She doesn't know if they got his notebook or not.
What else?
Girlfriend said that Mason was wound up pretty tight when he came home. Something happened. He was on to something before he went out to that gun bite.
What did the task force do earlier in the day?
Picked up a kid named Eddie Williams for questioning. He's gone missing and Darnell's trying to track him down. Yeah.
There's no mention in the report of Mason's hands being cuffed.
Okay, good to know. The ME saw that Mason's hands were cuffed behind his back, same as I did, but now she's decided not to put it in the final report. Hey. You all right?
How long has your son Eddie been missing?
Since yesterday afternoon. And he always checks in with me.
My source told me that your son was seen being picked up by the police. Do you know anything about that?
My neighbor told me that, too. And I called the police, and they said they don't have him. They didn't pick him up. They didn't arrest him, nothing.
Do you know any of the guys that Eddie runs with? Maybe I could speak with them.
I knew him when they were kids, hanging in my kitchen and eating ice pops. When I see him on the street now, they hardly look me in the eye.
If my story is gonna have any weight at all, Sister Williams, I'm gonna need to speak with the people who saw the police pick up Eddie. Will you help me do that?
I'll try.
What's up?
I'm Yolanda Williams, Eddie's mother. I'm looking for Malcolm.
I haven't seen Eddie in 2 days. Malcolm's not here. Who's he?
He writes for a newspaper. He wants to know what happened to Eddie.
Hold on. Hey, Miss Williams. And he writes for a newspaper.
Yeah. He's cool. He don't want to know no names. He just want to know where Eddie is.
I didn't see it. Some of my boys say the cops picked him up.
Uniformed cops?
Nah, 2 white cops and a black cop.
You know him?
Of course I know him. They took me down by the river where they do their beans and knocked 3 of my teeth out. Trying to say I killed some Mexican guy I never even heard of.
They've been coming after your boys hard, brother?
Lift up your pants leg. They put a blowtorch on him.
Cops did that.
Nobody else.
Gang task force picked up Eddie Williams, and nobody's seen him since. Now, this task force has been going wild, too. They knocked one guy's teeth out, burned another guy with a blowtorch.
A blowtorch?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Well, that's one way of getting a confession.
They just got Paul Calderon there, taking him down to interrogation.
And come with it.
Thought you said you wanted to stay behind the scenes
Not
on
on this one.
What you want me to do?
Go home, get some sleep. Not much for you to do. Good job. And I consider keeping that hair though.
I was asleep. Then I got up to meet Mason.
Why?
He wanted to buy a gun from me.
What happened when you met with him?
Like I said already, he was already shot when I got there. Police were there.
How'd you know he was shot if you never got close to him?
It's on TV, and the whole damn city knows.
How do you explain the gun? It's the same caliber as the one that killed Mason. You know we're gonna test it.
The cops had picked me up, and my cousins threw that down on me. I ain't never owned a piece of crap like that in my life, man. Like I've been saying since you grabbed me, I want a lawyer. You're not fitting me up for this. I want a lawyer. You could break my head if you want to. I ain't saying nothing else.
You find Eddie yet?
Nah, brother. But I got a proposition for you. Show me where they took you when they knocked your teeth out.
Show you. That's all.
That's all. Huh?
Calderon didn't do it. He didn't do it.
Yeah, I know, Joe.
Mason got made for being FBI. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know that. But what was Mason on to? It had to be more than civil rights violations. What's the task force up to? Were they running dope? Were they running guns? I mean, what the hell were they doing?
Maybe all that, Marty. Maybe all that. It's still on us. we're still responsible for our guy.
Yeah.
Gotta keep on it.
Yeah, I know, Joe.
Hey. You awake?
Now?
I need you to go down to the morgue again. I'm looking for a kid named Eddie Williams. Find him. Sit on his body. Don't let anybody in until I get there. Lock yourself in the cooler if you have to.
I'm on my way.
Follow me. The kid couldn't remember what room he was beaten in. Apparently this is where the task force did their worst.
You here again today?
Oh, yeah, I hope you don't mind. I just figured I'd learn more here than sitting in classes.
Don't mind at all.
Can I ask you something?
Oh, please.
Yesterday, when homicide was at the autopsy and they asked me to leave the room, what was that about?
He was just trying to get me to change my opinion on the handcuffs.
Is that unusual?
Happens all the time. I don't blame them. They're just trying to make their case. They don't want the defense bringing in some expert witness for hire to start pulling threads. They've got a hard enough job. When it's simple, clean, straight ahead. The detective made a good point. I couldn't say definitively that they were handcuffs. I don't want to make a rush to judgment when someone's life is on the line.
Nothing here.
Guy's gone.
Whoa!
Doctor said the swelling in your brain has gone down. That's the good news. He also said you're well enough to answer some questions.
You police?
I'm with the Civil Rights Division of the FBI. Can you tell us what happened to you? I'm going to show you some pictures. Do you recognize this man? Did this man beat you or try to force a confession from you?
Yeah.
What about him?
Yeah. He's the one that shot me.
This is the last one. What about this man? Did this man beat you?
Huh? No, he came in. I was already all broken up. He tried to stop him, but they pushed him out. While the other one loaded his gun to shoot me.
Eddie, were you involved with the police in something? Were you dealing drugs with them? Guns?
No, they tried to get me to confess to something. I don't remember what it was. I don't even think it mattered.
All right. Take it easy, okay? It's the word of a convicted dope dealer against 3 highly decorated detectives. It won't make court.
Maybe we can turn one of these task force guys.
We got Paul Calderon in lockup charged with Mason's murder. So, what's this about?
Got a little wrinkle came up.
Thanks, Detective.
FBI, what's going on? What's this about?
This is Eddie.
You know Eddie?
Yeah, I know Eddie. He's a lowlife from the neighborhood.
That's the guy. He's one of them. You sure? Hell yeah. Okay, let's take a walk. If you can tell us why Mason was killed and who did it, we'll do our best to cut your deal. It's a one-time offer. You don't take it, you're going to offer it to the next guy on the task force. The first guy through the door is the only one that gets the deal.
I don't want your deal. But I will answer your question. Mason was murdered because you put him undercover buying a gun from a gang member. He got made as a cop by a gangster who shot him. Now that's what happened.
Ha! Thanks.
I just want you to know, the next time you need an agent to go undercover against the task force, I want the chance.
All right. Okay, keep that in mind. But I think we already got a good shot at taking him down in court.
Why's that?
Mason's girlfriend found the notebook hidden in her bedroom. Gave it to me earlier today.
Did you read it?
It's a real page turner. If the judge determined what's in the book is true, they get a conviction.
I'll drink to that.
To Mace.
To Mace.
Stay tuned for scenes from our next episode.
To bust a corporate criminal.
Mr. Burke has been soliciting for a hitman to take down his accountant.
This FBI agent is going undercover as a hitman.
Good to meet you. How y'all doing?
And he's taking along a supporting cast.
Let's go. I don't have much time. I gotta go kill a guy.
Joe Pantoliano is the handler. All new CBS next Friday.
Tonight on The Late Show, Dave's got stupid human tricks. Plus, Lisa Kudrow and music from REM. Tonight, first your local news.